That was weird. Loom just stopped recording for some odd reason. It's weird. Anyway, I was saying we went to this startup pitch, whatever, with Zintlele Gauwen. And hey man, it was not clicking, you know. They did not see what we were saying. They did not hear nor see the presentation that we were doing. And I remember coming out of that session and I said, you know what, it's fine, because remember again that Study Center is not like a disruptive, innovative. It's a really simple idea that I had when I was in varsity. Just a way to organize the learning content and enable anyone for that matter to be able to contribute or get assistance, for academic stuff, So I'm not even explaining it properly. Anyway, you see, this is my challenge, but we'll fix it. So that's when I had this idea of behind the numbers. The idea with this is that regardless of whether you talk to me or you don't talk to me, we don't have a chance to interact, you will always have an idea of what's going on, like the actual numbers that we are currently having. So just clicking on behind the numbers from the website, from the landing page, it takes you to this thing over here. And as you can see right now, currently there's these modules that are listed, these past papers, these 3 questions, and all of that. So this is not really that much important. It might be important to someone else. But now when you start looking at these users, stats over here. So in the last, again, 8 days, so we had 58 visitors. And this is a bit harsh. It's not actually 58, it's more than this. But it's a bit harsh because the logic that I implemented, I wanted it to be as strict as possible. I didn't just want numbers that don't make sense, right? So like there's a strict rules that I have in place to ensure that it doesn't duplicate people. It doesn't count the same person more than once, right? So total visitors, we had 58 people that actually checked us out from this poster, these 3 stupid posters. It's really exciting for me, but because guys, I was in the dev space for so many years, so many years, and to finally have people interacting with the platform, it's just beautiful to witness. So 58 is not numbers to be proud about, but I'm proud about that. Then we had 19 people that actually created accounts. Again, so beautiful. 13 active users. So these are users that did not just register, but they registered and logged in after actually having created that account. It came back to the platform. So you see, so this is like 13 in the last 31 days and 12 in the last 7 days. Okay, so that's just there. This right now, it's not that true because it's true, but most of this money is money that I made while I was uploading these past papers, right? So the idea again behind this is just so that anyone, for that matter, will always have an idea of the numbers behind Study Center without the need, or without actually even having talking to me. So this part, the bottom part, I'm going to redact it, and you will only be able to see it when you have an account, right? But I haven't implemented that functionality. It's not that important right now. I just want to get content on the platform, like content that's useful to students, right? Then we come to this part of the side. Just give me a sec, I'll show you what I mean. There's this shine list that I implemented here. This like literally tracks all the users that I just want to hide their username because it's a bit sensitive, right? So I just want to hide anything that identifies a person. So let's hide these 2 columns. Cool. So we have these. I've added a table. It was a process that actually just helps me to understand what people are actually doing underneath, right? So it's fine. This one not make sense to you that much. I'm just gonna hide it as well. But now, if we look at this, right? Let's freeze this pen over here. Let's freeze the top row, and we can see that. So this represents the same user. You see, this request token is the same. It's the same user, right? So we can see that this user was on the platform on the 10th around 8 o'clock, right? Just 5 minutes to 9. And then we had this one over here. This one did not create an account because it says visitor. But at the end of the day, this just allows me to be able to know more about how people are interacting with the platform and how I can improve it so that it better serves, or rather delivers value better, improving it. So I have this. This is not really that important. I want to show you a spreadsheet I pulled from the database just a few hours ago in preparation of this weekly update module visits. Yes. So let's pull up this. I'm just going to bring it this one quickly so that I just hide. All right, cool. Yeah, I've already hidden those values. It's just hiding like the user's username, email, and all of that. So when we look at this, right, we can see that this user, so you see this request token is the same, right? So this user checked this module, checked that the pattern does not make sense. Because I know there's a specific pattern with students, right? This was probably me because I checked AGL 210, then checked COS 212. No, there's no pattern. Look at this one. So if you look at this is the same user, right? With this request token. And then I can see law of persons jurisprudence. You see, this student is a first year. I can bet my life on it. Whether they're not a first year, but they're interested in first year modules and they were looking for past papers. However, they went onto the platform and they did not find what they're looking for. That's the sad part. What I mean by that is they went onto the platform, right? So we can see that they checked law of persons, right? And that law of persons module code is what? JUR. Right. So for instance, they checked JUR 110, right? JUR 110, jurisprudence 110, and they didn't find anything. So they're like, they're telling me that I can download any past paper, but there aren't any past papers for me to download. This is just bad user experience. So I have to really find a way to promote students that in uploading past papers that they have, as well as I also have to upload. I have a lot of past papers on my drive that I have to upload tonight. Right. So there's that learning that I now know for it. Yes. Students were coming onto the platform, but they were not really finding what they were looking for. Right. So you see, this one was looking for general chemistry, plant eco sociology. Is that the word? Yeah, man. I don't know how to read that, but we have these. I'm able to see these things now, And the idea behind this is that I'm gonna do some sort of a pivot graph, and I will see the module that gets hit the most. And then with that, and then I'll be like, okay, let me just make sure that it has more data at all times, right? But you see the pattern. When you see this person was like, this is the same session, request token, and you see all of them, it's like there's a pattern. You see, this is a third year. They were interested in third year modules. You see, WDE 310, GKD 310, PGW 350. They also even went up to this one, principles and practices. And then there's this student over here, OBS. So they checked OBS 210, they checked OBS 114, did not find anything. Then we have. It's like there's a pattern, and this is what I'm really interested that much in. So because now I know how to focus my efforts when it comes to really looking for modules. I know, okay, these are the students that are really interested in the platform, right? So we have that. We have these numbers because remember, right now we're still behind the numbers section. We have these numbers, and then what else can I show? What else can I show? What else can I show? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, we had a student actually that uploaded a question paper. I was so impressed to see that. Um, so we had this student. He uploaded two electrical engineering question papers. I was so happy to see that. Oh man, you have no idea how happy I was. And then we had this other student that uploaded an FRK study guide. Still, uh, so you see, this veil proposition is totally wrong. I have to update this because you actually get paid less for a question paper and you get paid more for a study guide. So I'm gonna run a promotion of some sort. I'm gonna increase. So I'm thinking I just need to check at the finances and everything, how much I can afford. Because I'm self-funding everything at the moment. So I'm thinking that if I can say you get maybe like say 5 rand per question paper that you upload, see, that's motivating, right? And then that will mean that I then have to immediately add the withdrawal functionality because right now that functionality is not there. So the moment someone makes, like, let's say maybe I say, okay, you can earn 5 rand per past paper that you upload, and this person uploads say maybe 20 past papers. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? So they want to make like 100 rand, you see, and from this 100 bucks, they will obviously want to withdraw it, right? Withdraw it, maybe go buy a snack, I don't know, go buy a drink with you and your chomies. But point is, I will have to implement the withdrawal function. The withdrawal functionality, I'm gonna keep it simple, man. No fancy technology. You're just gonna make a withdrawal request, and yeah, I will do it manually. They really don't need to make it fancy at the moment. It just has to serve an objective, which is get a list of people that requested withdrawals and process them. You know, keep it simple, Danny. Michael Scott to Dwight Schrute advice. Keep it simple, dummy. I think that's how it goes. Anyway, so we have that. I'm happy, man. And I'm happy because, like, for the past weekly updates, I've just been talking about coding, blah, blah, blah. Right now, like, it's data, man. We are moving. We are moving, chief. We are moving, comrade. Okay, that doesn't sound like me. So I have that. Strange enough, there wasn't anyone that downloaded past papers this week. But again, there wasn't any past paper to download. So these two, they were downloaded by me. I don't mind showing you my details. So I'm just gonna say unhide. But yeah, you see, that's my number, Plex. They were downloaded by me. They were downloaded by me. I'm the one that downloaded these two, and I downloaded them when I was publishing. Remember that student that I just told you about, the one that uploaded this electrical engineering past paper. So I wanted to see that it's actually listed correctly, and it's there. Someone is now going to be able to find this question paper because of this student. That makes me happy. So I've got to make it worthy for him. He just earned 1 rand right now, but you see, so it's these two over here, and they've like 2021. So these are still good papers. You can study using these papers, and what is asked in these papers is surely going to assist you with whatever exam that you take this year or the following year. So he uploaded CMATHA test 1 and he uploaded CMATHA test 2. So we can see them listed on the platform. The module code is what, ER2 and something. So let's just check ER2. So ERR, it's not ERR, it's EIR. EIR 211, I think. And there, So you can come over here if you're doing engineering or if you're doing these modules and download them, you know. So you can download the question paper, it will download, you can download, So there. So thank you. Here's a funny username. Thanks, man. Oh, I will see for downloading them, for uploading them. I really value your contribution. I really do. So yeah, thanks for that. So I think we're done with behind the numbers. So the next part now that I want to talk about is I spoke to a friend of mine, Pablo, asking him if he can join me and assist me with developing, because at the moment I'm the only one that's doing the dev work. Zintle studied accounting sciences, or mathematical stats, so there isn't much dev experience that they have. Pablo is a developer. I spoke to him and I asked him if he can just join me. He was very happy and willing because he says he just wants to gain experience. I think I just want to take this moment and just talk about the selflessness of someone just to say, I'm going to join you, without no immediate reward, right? In terms of remuneration, money. And yes, so Pablo joining means a lot of things. I've been the only one who was manning the source code. I know that I just don't push to the main branch, things like that. I have to protect branches. I have to ensure that he cannot merge and all of that just to protect the source code. There's a bit of actually cost associated with adding Pablo, but it's a cost that I just have to. That's big, yeah. It's unavoidable. So I think I'm gonna be focusing my whole Saturday to that, just setting up the infrastructure so that Pablo can be able to do that. He asked that we have a contract in place from the get-go. So I also have to draft that. She said I should stipulate what is expected from him and what he's going to get out of this, So I have to do that as well, of which I don't mind. Honestly, it's better than to do it that way. But I think the bottom line from this is that I'll have someone that's helping me with developing, because there's a lot of things that still have to be done, So there's that. And then, so yeah, it's just Pablo joining. I think we can skip that. Finances, right? So you'll see that with these, so under finances, I have paying for already existing services versus building our own. So there are many analytics insight platforms that exist, but these are platforms that you have to pay for, the likes of Mixpanel. There's many, man. So I think because there isn't that much money to work from capital, so we're gonna go with the route of building everything ourselves. It will just have bare minimum functionality that we need. But that's the approach that I don't know why I put this. I thought I was gonna say something more, but I realized that this is taking way too long now. And then communication specific features during a specific time frame. I already spoke about that, but this just talks about, so the new posters that I'm gonna draft up, instead of them just being all over the place like this, I want them to be like, okay, for course related modules, we have X number of past papers. Less than for INF related modules, we have this number of past papers. So like the value communication for this week as well as next week towards actually this time frame that here, up until the 7th of June, it just has to be about uploading past papers, downloading past papers, getting paid for answering questions and all of that. We'll talk about that later. So like these new ones that I'm going to be designing are going to be centered around that. So, and then second semester, God willing, we will then communicate a new value proposition. All right. So when you join study center, right? There's an email that you get. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I just need to start now getting in a routine of checking emails more frequently, as well as TDO. So you see most of that on the side. I added TDO chat functionality. I remember Friday I was out with a friend. I haven't seen Fiora in a while, man. It was so good to see Fiora. Hey, Fiora is such a deep house. It's so beautiful again to just see someone so passionate about something. Fiora loves deep house, and we went to some deep house event and thing. Anyway, so while I was out, there are actually two students that were trying to talk to me via this TDO chatbot thing. I didn't see their messages up till like Monday, and this is simply because I'm not used to it. It's not in my routine right now. I mean, face it. For the past 2-3 years, I've been only when it came to study center, the only thing that I've been doing was to code, nothing more but code, right? So there's that. So I just need to get more into the routine of checking certain communication channels that we have. I'm very uncomfortable. It's funny how I'm uncomfortable with these videos getting too long. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys next week. I'll try to make a video Sunday or Monday, but I'll talk to you guys then. Tonight, just gotta publish all the past papers that I have and better communicate the value proposition for this period of exam season. So, and yeah, these videos will start being more structured. Yeah, they'll start being more structured. So,